When I was a kid, growing up in the early 2000s, I was big into things like dinosaurs and animals. So naturally, I watched a lot of Animal Planet and Discovery Channel. One of the TV specials that aired on Discovery Channel around that time was a fiction documentary called Alien Planet, which is based on a book, by the way. I remember actually watching this a couple of times and being quite intrigued by it. But what do I think of it now? Well, I'm so glad you asked. The documentary begins with a spaceship leaving Earth to find life on a planet called Darwin 4. Like many documentaries of this style, there's professionals explaining what's happening, pretending like this is real. For example, you got Jack Warner, Stephen Hawking, the guy on Joe Rogan podcast, and George Lucas?
I may have gone too far in a few places.
So a guy who made a movie series with aliens in it is put in a speculative documentary about what alien life might be like. Are they gonna put Sigourney Weaver in this because she killed an alien in a movie? Moving on. Once the ship finally reaches the planet, it launches some probes. And once the probes land, we get a look at them. And they look like something you'd see on a 6th grade science book. Actually, you can probably say that about this whole documentary. While they kind of like Alien themselves, I can see what they're going for with all the futuristic design and everything like that. And I like the details of them floating using hydrogen instead of being a rover, but I would have appreciated a more modern and conventional design other than looking like a robot engineer from Halo. However, this blue probe is called Leo, and now he's got to meet up with his brother.
Ike is safety conscious. Leo is inquisitive and programmed to take risks. Their artificial IQs are roughly those of 4-year-old children.
What? Why would you do that? Okay, I get giving them different personalities, but come on, this is an expedition to find alien life, maybe even intelligent alien life. So why wouldn't you make these probes as smart as people hosting this documentary? While running some tests, Leo and I pick up that they're being watched by something, but it leaves before they can see it. However, it isn't long until the probes encounter an alien. This one's called an arrow tongue, and it's said to be the size of a T-Rex. It's not really interested in the probes, as it spots a gyrosprinter. Which, hold up. How did I not see the arrow tongue? Whatever. But here we learn that the arrow tongue's a predator, and the gyrosprinter is a prey animal, like an antelope, kind of.
I'm fast as fuck, boy. I don't think you have any idea how fast I really am.
Later, the two probes find a third one, which is destroyed. And it's at this point in the documentary where they split up. Following Leo, he observes a group of furry creatures called Unts. Really, that's the best name they can come up with? But something scares them off. Leo investigates the sound and finds two bladderhorns fighting like rams. I did not make that name up, I swear. If you don't believe me, watch this for yourself. Due to them appearing to communicate, Leo tries to see if they're intelligent, but they're not.
Are you guys going trick-or-treating?
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
With Leo seemingly destroyed, we now follow Ike, who comes across a dagger wrist. To be honest, this is actually my favorite design from this whole TV special. And people who made this thought so too, because he's basically the poster boy. Ike, however, soon leaves because his programming tells him to stay away, which makes sense because this thing looks like it's popping like a balloon. If you haven't guessed it already, this special is mostly just about the alien beast and an explanation on how they live from scientists and George Lucas. While there is a story, it's not the main draw of this whole special. If so far this whole special is sounding interesting to you, then I suggest you watch it for yourself and come back when you're done watching it. This special isn't hard to find on the internet, so you don't need to look very far. Anyways, whether you've left or not, let's continue. Moving on, Ike encounters some giant creatures called grovebacks. They kind of look like a cross between Anguirus and a mushroom. They absorb nutrients from the soil and get sugar from the trees growing on their backs. Going back to Leo, he's been reactivated and is being dragged by something. Moving back to Ike, here he encounters Darwin 4's apex predator.
This is Stapleton Airport information, Mike. Wind at 320 degrees at 6, temperature 53, altimeter 3000. ILS approach runway 26 left. More vector to the traffic pattern in use. Landing runways, runway 26 left for large aircraft, and runway 26 right for light aircraft. Tower frequency 118.3.
This critter is called a skewer, and as the name implies, it uses its tongue spear to kill and get the nutrients out of its prey. I actually like its design of it basically being a biological jet, using combusted methane gas to fly. Cutting back to Leo, he's broken down and cannot move, so he launches a disc probe, but it gets shot down by something. Yep, things looking quite grim for our blue robo-floaty boy. Now back to Ike. He encounters some creatures called prongheads. I wonder if they're fans of the band Prong. They're actually quite intelligent enough to be pack hunters, and they try to get this unsuspecting gyro sprinter. Remember him from the beginning?
Step off! Step off! Shit! They jumping me! They jumping me! Save your boy!
Ike reaches the Sea of Darwin 4, and it's not an ocean at all, but a colonial organism like a spinosaur.
Don't be afraid.
Yeah!
While traveling through the living sea, Ike encounters the biggest creature on Darwin 4.
Run! It's Godzilla!
This is called the Sea Strider, and it stands 7 stories tall and uses its mouths on its feet to eat part of the living ocean, while its babies fly around and get eaten by the living sea. Once Ike gets out of the not ocean, he starts to get on Leo's trail, and he finds the camera disc drone he shot out earlier with some strange markings around it. Ike continues on, and even encounters a bladderhorn, but it runs away when it spots a skewer. Yep, this looks like the end for Ike.
VFR arrivals, contact Denver radar 20 miles out. From the south, use 126.9er. From the north,
Mayday! Mayday! We're going down!
Ike gets curious of what could have killed that skewer, so he follows and finds Leo, who's... oh, he's... dead. But he finds the creatures he was looking for, who are called Eosapiens, who look like the control aliens from Half-Life. Upon meeting one of them, Ike decides to do the intelligence test on it, and it responds. And it also brings some more over too.
are you guys going trick-or-treating?
After launching the disc probe, Ike is destroyed by the Eosapiens. Yeah, maybe it isn't a good idea to bring flying objects when talking to aliens.
They came in peace.
You son of a bitch!
However, with this, we conclude Alien Planet. I still really enjoyed watching this special, and while it does have some pacing problems where it can get kind of boring, I highly recommend this for anyone who's interested in creature design, because these designs are incredible, and honestly, it ruined a lot of alien designs in fiction for me. Because I can't stand it when aliens in any kind of media just look like people with like one thing different about them. Come on, give me something like the Eosapien. Now that's an alien design. I remember watching this as a kid and then getting really fascinated with what alien life could really be like, and how different it could be from life on Earth. This also definitely got me interested in creature design, as I mentioned earlier. I recommend watching this one for yourself, and while yeah, I did show off most of the creatures and all the story, I did leave out a little bit if you're interested. Because I didn't want to be making this video 30 minutes long with all the explanations I'd have to do. Well, I think everyone's gone a little bit sequel, reboot crazy over the years. I think Alien Planet would benefit from a sequel, especially with better effects, because while they look good sometimes here, they definitely showed our age in other spots. But to finish this video, I really enjoyed the special, and if you're a sci-fi fan, I think you will too.